Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Bernard Moore the third with More on the Road, presented to you by More Sports Management. It is a beautiful, lovely day, February the 25th, 2023. Yeah, well, it's a lot going on. I like to talk about to what is taking place here in Mississippi. Again, this is More on the Road with Bernard Moore the third, presented to you by More Sports Management. If you'd like more information about More Sports Management, you can locate our website at www.mms-management.com to learn more about what we do, what we've done a lot, and continue to do a lot here in the state of Mississippi and far and beyond. We're not just here concealed into the state of Mississippi. We just definitely take care of hometown first, and as well as move out. I want to speak in reference to this a lot. I want to talk about sports, talk about things of the world, talk about things that are taking place here in the city, here in the state of Mississippi. Basketball season is coming down to its last go round. High school basketball tournament is in full effect. Now, they're not sponsor of the show, but I definitely would like to give kudos for the things that they do for a few games to finish. I can pull up that uh, we got down to the season, the champion. Uh, what is when that has already taken place. Well, I'm just going into like the background of how the Mississippi Basketball Association is doing this year's tournament. They've moved the tournament around to different locations with the quarterfinals and the opening round. 4 o'clock. Okay, yeah. So this is girls and boys. The 3A girls quarterfinal county uh, versus Morton games again. Tip off today at 4 o'clock. A pretty good. They had pretty good talent up there, especially um, a few years. Port getting on more. They had a pretty good team. I think the coach won 3A Coach of the Year and had a few all district players as well. Down at Port Gibson. And other quarterfinal games, McGee, Southeast Lauderdale, St. Girls, Franklin County Drew girls and Forest at 5:30. Then Port Gibson and Morton at 7 o'clock. Then Southeast Lauderdale at 8:30. Moving on to the 5. Coach Ashley Sutton up at Callaway. Coach Sutton. Now I've seen Coach sudden, coach, since she was at Northwest Middle School, opportunity to speak with her dad and her family, her aunts and uncles, and her other cousins. I know the family well. We grew up in the same neighborhood, but they're a little older than I am. Her dad, talk about when she got into coaching. She was a student at, at Jim Hill High School, and it was her, and she had opportunity to go over to Northwest Middle School and to become a head coach there. And the coach stated, her dad stated that she got her bottom whoop, and she took it to heart, and she went in that following year and regrouped herself, went through some prayer, went through some meditation. However, some of the stuff I am just exaggerating with. So hey, gotta make it seem interesting. The story gotta make the story seem interesting. She went in and she came out that following year and won a championship at Northwest Middle School, the Wolverines, the Wolverines. Then she won that following year again. So she won middle school, JPS middle school championship for the girl for Northwest Middle School. Wolverines. And he was granted the opportunity to become the quarterfinals at Itawamba Community against the Titans. And I want to say I may be one of the coaches there at Ridgeland, Coach Erica Stringfellow. I think she's the assistant coach up there at Ridgeland, or the head coach. I'm not quite sure. I have to find out more, but I know that she's on their staff. So, guess coaches take it, battling out again. That shows that coaches that JPJ produced. They produce championship winning coaches. So, kudos to both of them. The Callaway Lady Chargers versus the Ridgeland Lady Titans. A game at 4 p.m. at Itawamba Community College. Then it will be followed by Lafayette County Jaguar, Lady Jaguar, 5A girls game community college. I know the athletic director at Holmes County. He's producing some good championships up there. Had a pretty good football team the past few years. Football team, and now here come the Lady Jaguars as well, playing in the quarterfinals versus Lafayette. Boys, new host Canada, definitely a good company as well. I've had opportunity to watch Ken play in the JPS Holiday Tournament. I had opportunity to see them play as well. And on the other end of the 5A boys at 8:30 at Itawamba Community College, Cleveland Central. I can't think of the mascot. I think it's the Wolves. I know their colors are like purple and silver, or purple and gray. Playing against the Provine Mighty Rams, another JPS school. Represented JPS, the 5A boys program, Rams Washington. No, he's making a difference over there with the Rams and his squad, his coaching staff. So looking forward to seeing you guys at the big house, Coach Washington. So go take care of business against Cleveland Central. Not being biased to anything, but I am a JPS alum. I graduated from Forest Hill, with some of you guys know that. But therefore, like to see my JPS guys JPS schools do well. Where we go. And that's just closing out and moving on to 6A girls. The 6A girls at Pearl River Community College. The Northwest ranking Lady Cougars, Taylor. And she's made a great impact. She's a former Mississippi College Lady Choctaw player, as well as assistant coach, and now she's down at the high school level at Northwest Lady Cougars, and she's playing in the quarterfinals. Congratulations, Coach Taylor. Looking forward to seeing you all at the big house as well. They're playing against Biloxi. Game tip off at 4 p.m. again at Pearl River Community College, followed by Harrison Central girls against Gulfport, the Lady Admirals. Again,
6A girls at Pearl River Community College. I had opportunity to see Gulfport play. Again, they participated in the JPS Holiday Tournament. They got some pretty good girls. They had two ladies. I can't remember their name, but I just remember them though. They in my eyes look like they can be post player, but they was actually bringing the ball down the court, handling the ball very well. So that's gonna be a good game. I heard some good news about great things about Gulfport Lady Admirals, but hey, definitely looking forward to seeing what you all can do. Hopefully, see you guys at the house. Then finishing off at 7 p. 6A boys quarterfinals, Northwest ranking Cougars. Oh man, wow. This is very interesting. Northwest ranking Lady Cougars and the Cougars are playing against Biloxi. Both the girls and boys are playing against Biloxi in the quarterfinal games at Pearl River Community College. Man, it's interesting. I know the athletic director down there at Northwest. Guys, I want to say the same one. I don't want to mispronounce who that is, but I think it's in the athletic director is down at Northwest. Fight, yeah, literally dog fight. The Brandon Bulldogs taking on the Terry Bulldogs. Terry has come along as well in basketball. They've been out down there in Hinds County, at Mississippi. So wish you guys well. Looking forward to seeing all the schools be live in effect, fully there. Watch some good basketball. Again, this is one road with Bernard Moore the third, about more and more sports. mms-management.com. I'm going to give a shout out to guys over as well as myself at ESPN. Join us every Tuesday at 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. on 105.9 The Zone 105.9.com from myself and the beef. So I talk sports, quite a few jokes here and there, and talk bad about the boys and everything else. So definitely tune in and join us on Tuesday from 6 to 7 p.m. Central Standard on 1.9 FM The Zone or The Zone 105.com for more information. Again, if you would like to be a part of the show, give us a call at 601-995-1059. Again, Tuesday 05. Say again, as we definitely continue on with talking took place yesterday. I do not have this. Again, I'm getting this information from the SAA to find out the score. I don't know the score. I'm just looking at the that's taking that's the process of being completed. So for the scores, I'm just looking at some things right now. Let's look at some other games. I guess they played more games Thursday and Friday. So yes, they played Thursday. So I'm looking at some other games from yesterday with West Lincoln and Lake girls in the 2A at Clinton High School. Velma Jackson Heidelberg, they played yesterday at Clinton High School, the 2A girls in the quarterfinal. 2A boys, East Marion and Newton, Boca Chica and Kemper County. Now that's the girls. I may have the wrong school. Yeah, that's the wrong school. Then 3A girls, Boonville, Yazoo County. They played at Etowamba. Cush and Knoxville, 3A girls. That's what I'm looking at. Knoxville. I think Knoxville won because I know yes, that's the girls. I know the head coach, Coach Mike Miguel Lopez. Play football together. He's the head girls coach at Knoxville County, and I think they won. So they're making punch their ticket to the big house. Boonville versus Thomas Edwards. This is 3A boys. Belia and Newlanton, again, it's 3A boys. Tupelo and Horn Lake. This is the 6A girls. Tupelo and Horn Lake. Center Hill and Germantown. They played at Mississippi Valley. Germantown has a outstanding young lady Booker, and I think they pushed their ticket to advance on as well. Starkville versus Horn Lake played at Mississippi Valley, and Oliver Branch and Miss Madison Central participated at Mississippi Valley yesterday. Lauren Brookhaven girls, West Jones and West Harrison girls, 5A girls, Hattiesburg versus Florence boys, West Jones and Picayune boys, 5A boys. And these are the games for today, going to 3A. So definitely looking forward to some exciting basketball information provided to you all by the uh, Mississippi High School Activities and Associations Activity Association website. You can find more information about that at the MISSHSAA.com. They also have information in reference to Mr. Basketball 1A, Mr. and Mrs. Basketball 1A and 3A. So definitely take a look at the website. They got some information about something that they tried new this year. I had opportunity speaking with the director. Not the director, it was the MAC coach, Mr. Mims, in reference to what they were doing a little different for the basketball season, along with the Mr. and Mrs. Basketball for each classification. But if you want to purchase tickets, I know for going to the games at those particular locations, I know some taking place at Clinton, Pearl River Community College. You can go to gofan.co to purchase tickets. They're doing everything electronically right now, so that's something interesting. They're doing things electronically for the tickets, so they won't have to exchange or can't cash a lot of cash on hand. So definitely go log online, set up your account at gofan.co. That's GOFAN.co to set you up an account so that you can purchase tickets to attend a lot of the high school events now. That's what a lot of them they're attending to. So definitely taken care of. So you want to have any delay purchase tickets. The only thing you got to do, pull up your ticket. You can purchase as many tickets as you want to. And just pull up your ticket. Pull up on your smartphone and show it to the young lady, the young man at the door, and they just scan it and they scan all the tickets in for all you and your party to go attend and watch some outstanding high school activities take place. Again, this is More on the Road with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. Just talking about sports and things of this world. Now, again, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing these individuals play at the Big House. Now, I like to support, but I'm trying to drive all around throughout the state of Mississippi to watch these games is very interesting at the time. So that's why I said I'm definitely looking forward to the Big House. Now, and in reference to more about the Mr. and Mrs. Basketball for each classification, I have information here again that are located on the MISSHA. Oh, excuse me, MISSHSAA.com website. For 6A, Mr. and Mrs. Basketball out of Starkville, Class 6A. I want to say his name is Makai Miles. Representing Starkville, and out of Germantown, Madison Booker. Looking forward to seeing her play some college ball. I've heard some things about her. I know her family, know some of her family members, so definitely looking forward to seeing her play collegiate ball to continue her career. I definitely looking forward to seeing her play at the Big House also. And moving down to 5A, as they had a big clean sweep over there in Warren County. The Gators, Vicksburg, Malik Franklin, Mr. Basketball 5A, and Layla Carter, Miss 5A Basketball, both out of Vicksburg High School. The Gators made a clean sweep for the 5A. And down to 4A, Mr. and Mrs. Basketball, the Mississippi Miss High School. Guys, I'm trying to get the acronym MHSAA, Mr. and Mrs. Basketball for 4A. Good friend of mine, Eric Payman Jr. out of Raymond High School. Coach Tatlot, that's a good. I mean, my God, like going to visit him over at Raymond High School. As Eric Payman Jr. is the Mr. 4A basketball, along with Jalician Houston out of Louisville as Miss 4A basketball. I said, well, no, talking about Raymond, I definitely give kudos to Coach Tadlock. I was teasing him. He won a few trophies. I think he's playing for his sixth. He's battling for the number 6 opportunity for class championship basketball coach. I was teasing they had opportunity, through the vote and through a school bond to build a new gymnasium. And so they built one and they christened it, and they had a ribbon cut and all the good stuff. I said, Coach, well, now you got to honor it, by putting a trophy up in there. And so he kind of laughs and smiled, said, hey, Coach, they call me Coach also. He said, hey, Coach, that's what I'm trying to do. Now, it would be nice to have it here and open up the gym, and we're going to put a trophy in. I said, hey, well, you know the recipe, so go ahead and get it cooked up. So congratulations, Coach Tadlock, and he did it, and now he's trying to add another one to it. So congratulations, Coach Tadlock and Raymond Rangers. I wish you guys well. Look forward to seeing you in the big house as well. And moving on to 3A Mrs. Basketball. 3A Mr. Basketball, Demondre Graham out of, I want to say this is Southeast Lauderdale High School, and Lisa Cook. Can't see the name of that school because of the way that the wording's on the jersey. I'm just going by, just trying to look at the image of who they are, but I did open up the article. Here we go. Mr. and Mrs. Basketball, Mississippi High School Activities Association, alongside with the Mississippi Association of Coaches, presented by C-Spar, recognized Demondre Graham out of Southeast Lauderdale and Sanaa Cook from Boonville as recipients of the inaugural honors of Class 3A Mr. and Mrs. Basketball. That's at Southeast Lauderdale, Demondre Graham and Sanaa Cook out of Boonville, Mr. and Mrs. 3A. Again, this is something that they were doing new. The MHSAA and Mississippi Association of Coaches, the MAC, are doing something different this year. They wanted to recognize a lot of the players basketball. It is a lot, and I just want to give them kudos for what they do. And now down to 2A, Mr. and Mrs. Basketball out of Velma Jackson, Mr. Basketball Devin Jones for the 2022-23 season, and Mata-Kate Vakanen out of Walnut Grove, 2A, Mr. and Mrs. Basketball. Devin Jones, again, out of Velma Jackson, and Mata-Kate Vakanen out of Walnut, Mr. and Mrs. Basketball for 2A. And now moving on down to 1A, Mr. and Mrs. Basketball. Waiting for the computer to move along. It's moving a little slow. Again, this is more on the road with Bernard, the third, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. If you'd like more information about what we do, again, we negotiate contracts, plan events, help endorsement deals, deal with sales, put together events, plan events, and do a lot of stuff dealing with events. Mainly a lot of sporting events, but we can branch off and do other things as well with events. So definitely hit us up on the website at www.mms-management.com, or you can like us on Facebook, as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're on a lot of the different social media websites, so definitely look us up. We definitely would love to come down and sit down and talk with you, a lot of plan, and where we can make some things happen. So we're definitely looking forward to working with some new clients and clientele along with what we do. So definitely, if you're looking for enjoyment, if you're looking for an assistant, definitely this up. We definitely come down and sit down and talk with you. Reference about what we can definitely do along with what your plans, and help to modify, help enhance those plans. Now, continue on with Mr. and Mrs. Basketball 1A. From H.W. Byers, Mr. Michael James, and out of Inglemoor, Macasey Pfeiffer are your Mr. and Mrs. Basketball 1A. Michael James out of H.W. Byers, and Macy Pfeiffer out of Inglemoor 1A. Mr. and Mrs. 1A. So again, definitely looking forward to some good basketball, high school basketball. This upcoming week, the championship will get kicked off Monday. Not the championship. The semifinals get kicked off Monday at the Mississippi Coliseum. I'm definitely trying to look and see how this is past years. Oh no, this is past championship. I'm trying to get your schedule, see if they made any updates. Well, no, they didn't because again we have games taking place today. But definitely, again, you want to learn, get tickets, go to gofan.com and look up Mississippi basketball, and they can provide more information about what you want to do if you want to see some high school basketball. Again, a lot of sports going on. They got baseball kicking off, softball. I'm not sure if it's slow pitch or fast pitch, but the baseball, it's about, I want to say it's fast pitch, baseball, right? Fast pitch baseball. Baseball is fast pitch. Fast pitch softball taking place right now. So I know they had high school games going on today. Looking at baseball, Stanford versus Senatoba, Manchee versus Murda, and softball, D'Iberville versus Bryant, Mendenhall versus Enterprise out of Brookhaven. There must be a tournament because then Bogota playing against Enterprise later. So yeah, it must be a tournament taking place. Softball games taking place. Again, you want to learn more information, go to the misshsaa.com website. That's MISSHSAA.com to learn more information about high school sports that's taking place coming up soon. Now, let's take a detour real quick, in reference to something definitely want to get out and talk about because I've seen an increase here in the Mississippi area or as well as surrounding areas about youth and guns. Youth and guns. Now I know some people look at things and say that is okay. Well, I know and some of the youth they're gonna say that it's okay, but you carry a gun and stuff. They see nothing wrong with it. I disagree with that. And I know that we had the carry conceal law that is taking place in that is in act right now, but it's still some gray areas that we as the citizens not quite understanding the full meaning of the open carry, conceal carry law for the state of Mississippi. I'm finna just locate some information so that I would like to know have some accurate information in reference to dealing with the open carry. Waiting to pull up. So bear with me just one moment again. Is working with this technology. It moves a little slow sometimes, but hey, still got to go with it. I love the technology. But it's so very much for the creator of this technology. Just wish know that things will move a little bit faster because we're being overloaded with a lot of stuff crossing, all the good stuff. Now, let me just go talk about what I'm dealing with youth in possession of weapons by students, in which we call juvenile. So, in 2013, this is coming from the Just the U.S. Law. For more information, log on to law.justia.com. This is statute 97-37-17, possession of weapons by a student, aiding or encouraging. The definition applies to this section. I'm gonna read some of this information. I know it's going to be a lot, but definitely want you to understand. But you can go to the Capitol and look up the different statutes. This is statute 97-37-17 in reference to crimes and weapons and explosives in general provision. The following definition applies to this section. Educational property shall mean by any public or private school building or bus, public or private school, campus grounds, recreational areas, athletic fields, or property owned, used, or operated by local school board, school, college, or university board of trustees or directors for the administration of any public or private educational institution doing a school-related activity shall include the facility and property of the Oakley Youth Court Development Center operated by DHS provided. However, now I'm not sure exactly what that one come from, but that's something dealing with. Now, again, this is something dealing with students in reference to gun, though, that you cannot be on any type of school property, whether it's if it's after school, if you step foot on any school function, even if it's a school function at another facility, if it's being operated by a school board institution, you should not have a weapon, period, especially as a student. Student in this term means that a person enrolled in a public or private school, college, or a person who has been suspended or expelled within the last 5 years from a public or private school, college, or university, or person in the custody of Oakland. I'm not sure why that's coming in. Operated by DHS, person is an adult or minor. A switchblade or knife, again, this is in reference to any type of weapons. Though I know when we say weapon, we're thinking about guns, but this type of any type of weapon. A switchblade, which means by knife containing a blade. A weapon which shall be device and I'm finna murder this word, enumerated. I hope I get it right. And section 204, which we're finna talk into, it shall be a felony considered as a felony and one with the weapon. It shall be a misdemeanor for any person possessing or carry, whether it's open or conceal, any BB gun, a rifle or pistol, bow knife, dirk, dagger, slingshot, leaded cane, switchblade knife, blackjack, metal knuckles, razors, a razor blade. This is which one should be considered a misdemeanor. Those such things. And shall be a misdemeanor for any person causing encourage or aid of a minor at less than the age of 18 years of age if they're being encouraged. This is something dealing with, again, youth with firearm. So this is something in general, no, under the age of 18, that if you have any of those such things, so that's to let you know that you should not be walking around carrying a firearm at the age of 18. I mean, at the age under 18. Now, this is where some people look at in reference to the BB guns. And most of sometimes BB guns they call air guns, or the paintball guns, or what's the other one? I know it's the BB guns, the paintball guns, and it's something else other guns that they play around with right now that they think is supposed to be kind of cool and fun, whatever. And some of this stuff like real guns. Now, Mississippi state laws concerning air guns, Mississippi Code Statute 97-37-17, education property defined as, again, which we already stated, in a public or private school, but a bus, public or private school, campus grounds, recreation area, athletic fields, or other property owned or operated by any local school board, school, college, or university board of trustees, or directors and administrators of any public or private educational institution. Again, we've already discussed that. What I mean by educational property. Now, what Mississippi considered as air guns or BB guns, rifle they call, it's a question of how old do you need to be to purchase. This is when you go into a store legally buying it yourself, potentially your own cash or money instead of just whatever. How old do you need to be to purchase a BB gun, air rifle, or pellet gun in Mississippi? And Mississippi, you must be 18 years of age to purchase a BB gun, air rifle, or pellet gun. So basically saying that any type of weapon legally, because we do have some stuff in what we consider the black market. Some people purchase stuff that they know they should not be purchasing, and sometimes they get it. But legally, you can just walk to a store freely without looking over your shoulders and concerning that, hey, can I purchase this BB gun, air rifle, pellet gun, things along that line. The Mississippi air gun hunting regulations, again, this is something dealing with hunting only. Mississippi allow air gun hunting for certain species. These species include bobcat, coyote, fur bears, and small game. And mainly in that right there is that when you're out hunting, you should be within an adult, or you could be on your own private property. Now, I know when I mean by our own private property, we have some property that has bukus of acres and that you either reside on or that you have off in basically sometimes we say in the middle of nowhere, where you have a lot of land, and they may have those type of small game animals. You're hunting deer, things along that line. But best to protect yourself and to fight, to not have to deal with any type of legal actions have an adult with you, have someone 21 years or older with you to cover yourself and to pick yourself. So you're gonna have to fight all this different legal legality stuff and just again just to cover yourself. Just to cover yourself. And it said air gun laws by local jurisdiction. Now I'm located in Hines County, so I'm trying to talk about the area near myself of the metropolitan Rankin County, Warren County. Now each city has different jurisdiction about in reference to air guns, all that good stuff. So again, it depends on where you are. Start with Brandon. I found this information on airgunlaws.com, and it breaks it down by different state. And this section it breaks it down by different cities in the state of Mississippi. Brandon, Mississippi, air guns and ordinance, Article 1 in general. This Brandon, Mississippi Code ordinance, and Section 50-1 state misdemeanors adapt a criminal offense against city penalties. All offenses under this penal laws of this state, which are misdemeanors, are hereby made without further actions of the mayor and board of aldermen. Criminal offenses against the city when committed within the corporate limits of the city. So the meaning have to be within city limits, whichever jurisdiction or they deemed to be within city limits have to be within that for this to fall upon it. Where do we go? Within the city, the limits of the city, to the same effect of through such an offense were made offenses against the city by certain orders in each case. These penalties in which imposed by state laws for such violators hereby adapted as the penalties for such violators within the city, provided, however, there's no such penalty shall exceed the amount set forth in section 1-12. That's one of the codes from 1982 9-70. So definitely take a look at that information. You have to get the code. State misdemeanors shall be offensive against municipalities without further actions by the municipality. MCA 1972 21-13 19 enacting policy and regulations. MCA 1972 21-19-15. So all the dash those different states and the years, and this is the section that they're talking about. So is understanding that the state statutes is quite confusing sometimes, but if you don't know this, just try to look up that. Make sure you have that 21-1-15. Section 520, discharge of firearms, target guns, BB guns, slingshots are prohibited. It shall be unlawful for any person to shoot or discharge any target gun, BB gun, slingshot, or any kind of firearm in any city except for the following circumstance: by any law enforcement official in the discharge of his official duties. So, by any person when necessary for the protection or defense of life or property. Now, that goes back to what we said earlier. Now, this is a reference to target firearms, target guns, BB guns, slingshots prohibited, but on these following circumstances: law enforcement, by any law enforcement official in the discharge of his official duties, he or she has to be conducting official law enforcement duties for them to discharge a firearm. By any person when necessary in the protection or defense of life or property. Now, see, that can kind of go whatsoever. Defense of life or property. Now, what I mean by defense of life, you're walking down the street, minding your business, somebody comes attack you. Yes, you have the right to protect, but as a juvenile or someone under the age of 18, you should not be walking around with those type of weapons. So yes, you still have the right to protect yourself, but you should not be walking around with that type of weapon. And if you are, then you shoot somebody, they say, "Hey, I was trying to protect myself. They came attack me, and I did." You was bukus away from your home, so you walk around with these guns, and that's against the law. So now it's up to the judge or judge discretion, how they may handle the case. But again, you did break the law. A life or property. Now, see, property mean by again your home, any articles or items within your home on your home property. And I think they said your car vehicle is an extension of your home. Anything that's within your home. I mean, anything that's within your home, your on your property, as well as your vehicle. I think that they said it is an extension of your home property. And number three, by any person either permit from the chief of police or a specific legitimate purpose. Again, that's when you have to go get certified, go through cyber training, and it is permitted by the state. Licensed guns and carry, they certify you to do such things, so then you're permitted. That's what you're talking about. Now I'm finna jump on down to my hometown of Jackson, Mississippi, where there's a lot in reference to air guns. And sometimes I've spoken with a few police officers, and they saw some juveniles. They had BB guns, and they looked like real guns, and they apprehended them. Again, this is considered up under the air gun orders, laws and orders. Again, this is Jackson, Mississippi Air Gun Laws and Orders, Article 1 in General Jackson, Mississippi Code of Ordinance. Section 86-10, possession of and shooting guns, BB guns, and other toy guns, pistol, rifle, or other toy firearm are prohibited. Excuse me. A. Purpose. The City Council of the City of Jackson, Mississippi is enacting this section to assist in the prevention and the spread of violence among the youth of the city. The council is authorized to enact this section pursuant of MCA 1972 21-17-5 as amended. The council finds that the proliferation of air guns, BB guns, and other toy guns, pistol, rifles, and other toy firearms from which are projectile as propelled by compressing air either by internal springs mechanism or external gas cartridge serves to compound the problem of youth violence, and by passage of this section, the class has its purpose to combat such youth violence. Again, it goes from BB guns, the paintball guns. You should not be walking down the street shooting paintball guns. There are places, private property where that is able, where you're able to do those such things, to shoot around with air guns. There's property for that, but you should not just be walking down the street and pull out an air gun and shoot somebody. Now, again, you shoot at an adult and they pull out a rifle. Pull out a pistol and shoot you back. Again, that's them protecting themselves because they were attacking property. Now, the adults, if someone 20, 18 years or older, they had went through the legality, like we stated earlier. They were certified by some type of law, regulation law, city law that provided a trainer or teacher certification to provide a training for you to carry, conceal that weapon. So there's so much stuff that goes into it. Again, possession of carrying in public places. One, it shall be unlawful for any person under the age 18 to possess and carry about his person, conceal or otherwise, along with any other public streets, public parks, and other public places within the city, air gun, BB guns, and other toy gun, pistol, rifle, or other toy firearm, which projectile is propelled by compression air either by internal spring mechanism or external gas cartridge, unless said minor has the permission of a parent or guardian to do so, and is constantly accompanied by a parent, guardian, or adult official of an organized youth club organization. Now, again, that goes back to saying anyone under the age of 18, you do have a right to be in possession of those things, but as you do not have the right, again, to carry them to any public street. So that means that you can't carry them in the streets unless, again, it's private property. But majority of the streets within the city are public streets or public parks. So that means that you shouldn't go up to the park and say, "Hey, well, I'm doing this," or other public places within the city. So it means that anytime within city, you should not be in a possession of those and fire no such things such as internal spring mechanism or external gas cartridge. You shall not. But it also continue on that unless said minor has the permission of a parent or guardian to do so, and is constantly accompanied by a parent, guardian, or adult official of an organized youth club organization. Like I stated earlier, now, if you're with an adult on private property or you're going somewhere, it is best to have a parent or guardian, someone that is 18 years or older. I would probably go someone that's 21 years or older, because of the development of the brain, and sometimes the maturity is a little different compared to 18-year-old and a 21-year-old. Again, sometimes it all varies. So that goes back to that. Make sure that you're accompanying with an adult, because you don't want to have to deal with the uh, legal side of this. So that's why it's best to just be accompanied with the adult, especially when you're on private property. Now, again, it did say, it says city property, public property. Now, we do have private land. So I know that sometimes that the kids may have an air gun or BB gun or pistol. They go in their backyard and they shoot targets and stuff. But again, it's best to protect yourself and being in the company of an adult, even though you're on private property. It's just always wise to be with an adult when you're dealing with things like this, because of now you some people have a lot of land that's private property. They have a lot of land, but you do have neighbors, and sometimes you do have that nosy neighbor. Now, if a nosy neighbor see somebody sitting in the backyard shooting, had got a gun, something again. Some of these guns now, some of these air guns, some of these BB guns, they look like actual guns, and so they're in the backyard shooting, and someone sees that, and they really can't make it out, but it looks like a gun. Looks like one of the guns, because I've seen a BB gun at a place. I'm not going to say the place name because they're advertiser of my show, but I've seen a BB gun. I walked by, it's like, man, they got this gun on. They got this, and it said Glock. Did it say Glock 9? I think I can't remember though, but it looks like a Glock 9 millimeter, but it was the actual BB gun. But they had it on the shelf, no, out in the open. It was easy accessible that you can go grab it, but it was a BB gun. But you just walk in and something just catches your eye, and you saw it's like, wow. And I picked it up and looked, man, it looked like a Glock 9, like my gun, but it was a BB gun, and it was actually easy accessible for someone to grab. Even I didn't grab it, possibility theft take place, or they can go to the store legally in person. But again, this thing. So if that nosy neighbor sees that, and they want to see you out there shooting, so they think it pretends that you probably finna be up to some type of harm, and they call the police again. But you're on private property, and the police comes out. They're doing their job. They responded to a call. They responded, and they approach it, and then you come with that. I'm on my private property. This is a BB gun. I don't know why she keep on, and see how they could have just that all that could have just been solved if you would just been in a company of an adult, just to be on the safe side. Again, just to protect yourself, because so much other stuff that we could be doing instead of just sitting here and arguing with somebody. Just try to do things that are right. And continue on. No parent or any other person have legal control or custody of any child under the age of 18 years of age shall permit such child to possess or carry on their person along or within any public street, public parks, or any public place within the city a kind of air gun, BB gun, other toy gun, pistol, rifle, other toy firearm. So that's saying that regardless if you're a parent or not encourage your children to carry those guns, those things in public places, and they're under the age 18. Shoot it within the city limits. Again, you should not. This is a law, but sometimes we're definitely not enforcing a law, because especially 4th of July, New Year's, everybody want to see who got the biggest gun. Like, guess what? Gravity has its own thing called what comes up. Guess what? Must come down. So if you shooting in the air, those bullets are going to strike something. They're going to fall on something. So don't be upset if you walk out and you see some fragments, some dents in your vehicle, or you see some holes in your roof from guns from people from other neighbor people shooting guns in the air, and the bullets land in your property. Then you're ready to get your gun and go find and shoot somebody, because of, again, the foolishness that sometimes that we do. We shoot guns up in the air. Guess what? Just like, give me something that I can throw this lightly. I got this piece of paper. I threw it up. Guess what? It came down. The paper went up and it came down. We don't even want to hold our hand up too long, because if we hold it up too long, guess what? We're going to get tired, and it's going to do what? Eventually come down. So just like some things, so they get tired from going up, and it's going to come down. Okay, I know what well. So just have to take a look at again. This is on the road with Bernard. Well, the third presented to you by More and More Sports Management. Nothing but more as our motto. Again, I was just talking about youth and guns, and we can see that it is an increase of here and across the country that youth are now getting possession of guns, and they think it's probably cool to walk around carrying a gun, and they're young. And if someone approaches you and tell you about it, you know you should not have that, then you're gonna it's an issue. It is an issue that when somebody's trying to not chastise you, but correct you in a professional manner. Sometimes some people are professional; they be respectable of of that person's space or whatever. But then then we got to come back with attitude. Then that's an issue that could have been avoided if you just follow the basic simple rules. If you're under the age of 18, you should not walk around on public places and public on the public streets with a gun, even if it's a BB gun or air gun. Sometimes we do not know your intent. Now, as law enforcement officers, they have to go through training to carry the guns. For each gun that they carry, they have to go through a training. They have to go through a training course, a shooting course, to operate those particular guns that they're using for law enforcement duties. So they're saying they have to continuously go through training. That means that you have to go through some type of training. But when you go through some type of training, you learn more information about carrying guns. You learn more information about doing what is right. Then that I think that would you can give you some time to say, hey, well, I know I don't need to carry because you understand the law. And sometimes we're ignorant of certain laws, and it's just saying that we really don't really care about it. Not saying that sometimes ignorant is a lack of knowledge, and when some people say when man you ignorant, we all are ignorant. Just meaning just a lack of knowledge of something, and some things that we all are ignorant about. I'm not gonna sit and just well, you know what, I'm going with it. Not agree with it, but again, sometimes ignorance is the lack of knowledge of some things. But hey, it is what it is. So for those that are looking, I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for tuning in and looking. Thank you for your support and all that we do. But some events I want to talk about, I want to bring up that's going to take place. I definitely would like for you to go to my website. Now, once you open it up, website, you will see the events that we're hosting. That we're hosting coming up. I'm trying to go to my website now. I'm gonna take a screenshot that we're hosting coming up. One has already taken place, so bear with me. You may see my head get close to the screen, but hey, it will be all right. Is that it? I think so. But I am gonna pull it up because I definitely would like you guys to support and all that we're doing in reference to what's taking place. Again, this is just me. Just want to do something for my city, for, as I say, for my people. I guess it didn't do what it was supposed to do. But you can go to our website. I have a list of events that's taking place that we're putting together. The JPS Senior Showcase, which going to take place soon. I know soon because we have high school basketball tournament, JPS Senior Showcase. It is a game comprised of the seniors from all 7 JPS high school, male and female boys and girls. Will take place soon. I'm just saying soon. I'm gonna go ahead and give the date out soon. Again, you can see information up on my website, but on the website it says March, but it's still pending right now. So just bear with the work with them on that one. Then we got the coaching cancer benefit game. I'm still finalizing a few things in reference to with that date. I had a conversation. I met with an organization that I'm trying to work with. So we're still working. They kind of agreed to it, but have to meet with their committee, and so we can work together. They're not sponsoring it, but I want to work along with them and what they're doing, and it and it kind of ties in together. Excuse me, one moment again. Throat dry. Excuse me, one moment. All right, thank you for that commercial break. Brought to you by More and More Sports Management. Nothing but more. For more information, www.mms-management.com. All right, again, working along with this organization, they have to meet, and I'm waiting for them to get back with me in reference to if we can work together. I said they are not a sponsor of this event, so it has no ties with this organization. But I just want to tag along with them with it. So, but you'll learn more information about it once the time comes. Once the meeting, we go ahead and finalize things. So it will be taking place. Coaching Cancer Benefit Basketball Game, supporting domestic violence and breast cancer. Then the Old School Hoop Fest taking place in July as well, or is it August? Again, the dates may change. Again, I'm trying to work around schedules with facilities and other organizations. So work with me now. Work with me now. So that's what we're doing. We're still in the planning stage, but just want to go ahead and put it on your mind. And then we're going to close out with the Hoop Patrol Hoops benefit game. This game is it's a free game. I'm bringing together law enforcement and our religious organizations to come together because we have an issue within the state of Mississippi, and I want to bring our church leaders and our law enforcement leaders to come together because when things happen, what's the first things that they do sometimes? Law enforcement, they call the police, then they ask the church for prayer. So there's two important key factors within any situation. So I want to definitely bring that together, law enforcement and the religious belief to come together so we can work on things. Now I know we have different religious belief, Methodist, Baptist, Pentecostal, Koji, all those different religious belief, but we're all in this together. So it's not affecting just the Baptist more, it's not affecting the Methodist more, it's not affecting the Pentecostal more. It's affecting all of us because it's affecting every religious belief and it's affecting every law enforcement agency. So I definitely want to bring this together. So definitely that's going to take place in August. Again, still working out some logistics of it, so you will have more information about that. But definitely tune into the website to learn more information about it. Now, let's go to our moment of the day in which we bring in our moment. Our more moment is brought to you by More and More Sports Management. Nothing but more. Help wanted. You see this sometime on billboards or not yet billboards or places of business that they are looking for individuals to come in and provide assistance to what they're doing, trying to operate their business. As you can say, the work is much more than what they can handle. So they put a help wanted sign outside the window to alert individuals, bypassers, or anybody that sees it that they can go in there and take a look at it. See, hey, what's going on? How can I provide help? What can we do to help? Hey, I see that you're hiring, but yeah, we're gonna get paid for it. Then they're gonna ask all the different. They're gonna go in great detail about it, about what the help all it consists of, what all details when you see that sign. So that asking, that is pleading to someone saying that they need help. They need help to operate their business. So that I'm pleading saying that they need help. I'm pleading right now with this. I need help. I'm speaking personally for myself. I need help. I'm not saying that something is going on within my life personally or saying that I need some help with dealing with personal issues. No, I'm asking for help with what's going on. Again, I'm finna speak about the city of Jackson. I need help to see why our youth are going in the wrong direction and what they're doing. I need help to see why they're committing senseless crimes to try to fit in. I need help to see then once they commit their crime, then they're trying to run and act all scared. Then once they get caught, then they're are taken to jail, then go before the detention center, then detained, then go into prison. And then they feel like they're lost, that no one is out there for them. Then they begging and pleading, saying, hey, someone help me, man. Y'all don't care about me. Y'all treated me bad like this. I need help to try to figure out why you're going down that road. So there's something that we as citizens, as residents, as community leaders, as whatever position that you may have in life right now, we need help. There is a lot that is going on within the city, especially dealing with our youth. Sometimes we're turning our back to them and saying, man, forget them. They're not going to listen. They're gonna do whatever they want to do. I had opportunity to speak to some young men, and I asked them, man, what did I go wrong? What did I fail to do? And some of them were direct with me and said, no, we listened, and no, we heard what you said, but sometimes we just want to do what we wanted to do. And then make things like, man, what the heck? What the heck am I doing? Am I doing something incorrect? Am I doing something wrong? So they had to kind of read back and revisit some things. As the word say, First Thessalonians 5:16 and 17. I'm standing on that scripture right now. And also it's in Matthew's, I forgot the particular scripture, but First Thessalonians 5:16 and 17 states, rejoice evermore. What do I mean by rejoice? No, be thankful, be glad, be happy, celebrate. Then followed by 17, pray continuously. What do I mean by continuously? Don't stop praying. And I had a conversation with a young lady. What was it, yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Had a conversation with a young lady yesterday also, and she made this statement that we need prayer. And I informed her, yes, to pray every day about it. Pray every day. And I made a comment also that the ones that are praying are trying to do the work, but we still have a lot that are not helping to do the work. Sometimes the ones that are praying feel like they are doing so much that they feel like just giving up. Yes, sometimes just I do feel like just giving up. Like, man, forget this stuff. No, you're praying and you're trying to help make a difference, and it seems like, what is going on? And then the word also is, the labor is plentiful. I mean, the work is plentiful, but the labors are few. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done, but there's very few people that are trying to do the work. So just like we stated, I need some help. We need some help make a difference in what's going on right now. Again, I'm just speaking with the city of Jackson. So I'm asking, we need help. Don't sit back in the corner and talk about what these people, the political officials or the law enforcement or what the education system, what they are not doing. How about you come asking, can I lend a helping hand? Because they need help. Law enforcement agency need help. Schools need help. Our political figures, they need help. Go to them and ask, what can I do to help? Instead of sitting in your corner talking about saying that y'all not doing what y'all supposed to be doing. They need help. Again, I really appreciate you guys' time. This has been More on the Road with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. Nothing but more is definitely what we do. If you like more information about our business and our service and what we do, you can locate us at www.mms-management.com. Like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel. This will be up on our YouTube channel as well as our Facebook channel. If you definitely would like to come out and speak and provide some encouraging word, you can hit me up on social media sites. I'm on social media sites as well. Bernard Moore, III, Bernard Moore III. So you can locate me on all the social media network, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all that good stuff. So for more information, again, my contact information is on the website as well. I thank you guys for your time. Appreciate it. See you guys when I see you guys. Much love to you guys. Again, I need help. Come on, apply for one of the positions that we got. It's a lot of work out there, and so we need help with this work. And I'm asking for your help. So definitely get in touch so we can go out, make a difference, because I need some help with this work that we got going on. Much love to you guys. 1 + 1 = deuces.